Let's talk about some Warzone. I mean, it's a little all over the place, but I guess some things just
It's
need
been
to be
over
addressed.
5 years now since Warzone released in March of 2020. From OG Verdansk possibly being one of the biggest times in gaming history. During COVID, nobody had anything to do other than sit home and play video games. Verdansk quickly turned into an outlet for many and a lot of ways to connect with their friends. To Caldera, which was considered the sequel to it all. From big events like World Series of Warzone all the way to big collaborations like Godzilla vs. King Kong. And yes, even to Al Mazrah, where they finally introduced Warzone Ranked. To finally Urzikstan with Modern Warfare 3, to where a lot of people thought was probably the best time of Warzone ever. From the trenches
What?
of Warzone 2 and how
Urzikstan was the best time of Warzone ever? Hold on.
thought was probably the best time of Warzone ever. From the
What?
trenches of Warzone 2 and how bad that was to finally full circle Verdansk once again. And somehow, after all these years of fine-tuning and adjustments, 5 years later,
We still don't have
somehow
it.
have possibly the worst hacker infestation possible.
There it is.
We have hackers who can decide to DDoS and disconnect the server with the snap of a finger. We have glitches and bugs galore that allow you to enter into third-person POV and have a competitive advantage. Or possibly even running 4 perks at the exact same time. And yes, this is gonna sound crazy, we even have zombies appearing in the gulag.
Success means redeployment. Failure means elimination.
Charlie Intel tweeted this: Activision has been unable to keep players engaged in Call of Duty this year, with Black Ops 6 post-launch seeing a decline in players. Call of Duty March 2025 had 20.6 million players.
I mean,
Call of Duty March
not to defend or anything, but people are going back to work too, right? People are actually working again to a point where you're not going to see a lot of people online anymore. Those who could be are now not able to, so
2023 had 20.8 million players, and get this, Call of Duty March 2022 had 22.4 million players. Now I know these numbers could be skewed due to COVID,
not going
and these
back
are
to, but they
multiplayer
are
numbers,
working
not
again.
Warzone, but the numbers don't really lie. There does seem to be a decline in players. And I know there's probably so many possibilities of why this could be happening, but the hacking situation probably is a big reason. Call of Duty legend Nate Shot said this. Nate Shot calls out Warzone for continuous DDoS issues with people disconnecting entire servers. I'll let you watch the video.
Thermite, check me out.
Oh my, no, bro.
Server's gone.
Oh my god, dude. Matt so got that Marvel Rivals tournament.
Funny guy. Start that shit. Welcome back to the main lobby menu stream today, boys. Have they even acknowledged this is an issue? No, bro. They're not going to acknowledge issues that they know they can't fix. I can't. This is the only video game in 2025 where somebody could literally DDoS a server and kick everybody out of it.
Things even got so bad that Call of Duty had to disable rank play completely. They tweeted out, with ongoing investigations into the server disconnects, as well as recent rise in players not being properly awarded SR, we have made a decision to disable rank play battle royale in Call of Duty Warzone. The playlist will be updating shortly to reflect this change. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank you for your patience while our team prioritizes working towards bringing the rank play experience back to its intended form as soon as possible.
A multi-billion-dollar company can't even figure out a what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like Ricochet, right? With the hacking situation, they can't figure that out. They can't figure out like certain bugs. It's the smallest bugs ever. It's like as soon as they release a patch, right, on a day, they take a 2-month hiatus. They come back and they're like, "Oh, we know there's this problem. Here's the fix." Go away for another 2. Like they're doing this on off thing as if they have the time for it when they know they don't. So what is really going on?
Sadly, that's just the beginning. It is bug zone all over again. Now keep in mind, I tweeted out this when Verdansk first launched. I said, can't lie, to think they released possibly the best update in years while not having any crazy game-breaking bugs is insane. 12 hours today flew by with the fellas, and stream vibes were literally through the roof. Can't believe we're 99% done with the damage Warzone 2 caused. Now I'm not even gonna get into the issues that Warzone 2 has caused, but I will say this. I don't take back that statement because during that time it was true. Not even half a season later, somehow we are back to bugs infesting this game. Now let's go back in time. Prior to Verdansk's returning, cracking down on hackers was probably one of Call of Duty's fatal flaws. They tweeted out repeatedly how they were catching hackers left and right, and how they were making changes to Ricochet on a weekly basis. Fast forward to today, and it feels like nothing has really changed. And not only do we have the usual aimbotters and wall hackers, right? But we also have cheaters that now can disconnect lobbies at the snap of a finger. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I have completely stopped playing rank play altogether because when it comes to pubs, I don't really run into hackers that much. But when it comes to rank play, it is absolutely absurd. I was watching some of the homie streams like Swag and Diaz Biffle, and the amount of hackers that they run into every single day playing ranked is kind of insane. Diaz told me last week he ran into 30 plus hackers in one day. We have videos left and right of Swag getting hacked on even on the first day of ranked. And backtrack to 6 months ago when I was playing ranked, this was the exact same problem. I would get on and I would know I'm about to play against hackers every single day.
I thought they said with Ricochet as the anti-cheat, if it were to detect anyone cheating or hacking or walling, right, that if you were to create another account on the same PC or whatever system it is, right, it wouldn't even let you on the game. So the fact that they kind of went against the word, I'm pretty sure that's what was said. I'm pretty sure that when they said that, that means you cannot be playing anymore. But the fact that people are still able to play on the same console and system, right, or PC, whatever it is, like, what are they? That's a bad pause, by the way, on ripples right here, or repulse. Like, what are they really doing with the anti-cheat? Really?
I would get on and I would know I'm about to play against hackers every single day and just went with it. It got so bad that we had to switch to console ranked play just to dodge all the hackers. But even now, you can't really do that anymore. Ex-pro player Colt Havoc tweeted out, console-only crossplay option for Warzone Ring is not working for North America servers. What this means is if you're on console and you want to play on console-only lobbies so you don't get hacked on, you have to play on European servers. So not really ideal. I want to tip my hat off to Nadeshot because he's been trying to address this issue a bunch on the TL.
Today was a rough one. We played 8 hours yesterday. And I'm not kidding, we had a cheater in every single game we played. There didn't seem to be as much blatant cheating. So, you know, maybe it's a Monday thing. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. Tuesday today was just better. Tuesday, it was just better. Here's the problem. I'm just going to be straight with you. If we didn't have to worry about hackers, Warzone would be f***ing lit. I sound like a caveman saying it like that. Warzone would be a pretty damn good gaming experience. This is the first time since Black Ops 6 came out where I've woken up looking forward to playing Call of Duty. I feel like I have like Stockholm syndrome sometimes that I'm like, my career is built on Call of Duty and I feel like sometimes I love it because I'm supposed to love it, but right now I don't feel like I'm being held captive. Like I'm loving Verdansk. And I just wish a lot of these issues didn't exist, man.
This video was like 2.5 minutes long, by the way.
And really show how bad it actually is. Popular streamer Lucci tweeted out this. Ricochet anti-cheat felt like it was working for the first week or so of Verdansk. Since then, I've seen a blatant hacker every other game. I'd be willing to pay $20 to $30 for Warzone if it meant people could not continuously make new accounts. We need hardware/IP bans. Lucci
remember
is
what I said?
Absolutely spitting, and the fact
right?
that
Remember what I said? That when Ricochet is supposed to be detecting who's cheating and who isn't, right? They like if you were to create a new account on a PC and then download the game, it wasn't supposed to let you in, but it still is. So what's going on?
Cheaters can just make a new account like this is kind of insane. We even have people going as far as saying they should fire Ricochet altogether. Utix said, bro, I don't know how it's still an issue. LOL, we need a millionaire to buy Activision and make a video of them violently firing every single Ricochet member. This anti-cheat is absolutely pathetic. And it's kind of crazy because Ricochet's always tweeting out, talking about how they're stopping the cheat providers, and they even made tweets like this. Activision has shared a preview of Ricochet's anti-cheat's internal replay tool that AI uses to detect a cheater. I'm gonna stop it right there. If they're using AI to detect things, I'm pretty sure that's already bad enough as it is. It gets worse. The bottom graph showcases percentage chance of cheating during a clip. If detected, the clip is sent to a person to review and ban. Okay, hear me out. I know this is kind of crazy. Why can't Ricochet just detect cheaters altogether? The fact that it has to get sent to an employee.
It's like Valorant's anti-cheat. Valorant, Marvel Rivals. Who else? I think Apex is pretty good. Why is Call of Duty, Activision, Treyarch, and I was about to say Ubisoft. It's not Ubisoft. It's the other one. Why are they having such a hard time with this? Why is it so difficult for them?
At Activision that probably doesn't even play the game that much, and they get to decide if they're hacking or not. It's kind of absurd. Is this why pro players that have gone to LAN get shadow banned? Everything just seems so backwards. And I'm not the only person frustrated with what feels like lies. Nate Shot, which seems to be the star of this video, said this.
Oh, nah, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. They got the... Yo, if I see Team Ricochet put out one more tweet patting themselves on the back about the amount of hackers they banned, I'm going to fucking lose it! How? Can you spend any time or resources telling people how many people you banned when the hacking has never been worse? It's only getting worse. There were less hackers before they tweeted about all the hackers that they banned. How, Sway?
Do you think that when cheaters and hackers are seeing this, right, whenever they see Ricochet being tweeted out saying, oh, it's working, we banned this many people, and basically the cheaters and hackers are like, oh, okay, bet, and they all come out again, right? Is that to say, it's not working? Do you think that's the thought process behind it?
What are you tweeting about? Why are you telling us? Nobody cares.
Yeah, he's gone.
Is that for shareholders? I don't.
Wait, who got banned here? Hold on.
What are you tweeting about? Why are you telling us?
It says disconnected,
cares.
but no Ricochet.
They were land. How, Sway?
It just says
Nobody
disconnected.
cares.
Yeah, he's gone.
Is that for shareholders? I don't know. I truly can't figure out the origins.
Fast forward to today, it is still infested with hackers every single day. To the point where I completely have stopped playing ranked altogether. Now that's just one of a couple other issues currently in the game. If the hacking situation wasn't bad enough, the game is filled with a plethora of bugs and glitches. We have things like players being able to go into third person
Which
and
they
having
fixed.
a competitive advantage, or possibly even being able to put on 4 perks. Both of which give
Which I
players an
think they
unfair
fixed.
advantage that shouldn't be really in the game. There's so many glitches and bugs that we can't even begin to count. Call of Duty even has a Twitter page that tweets out if any bugs are being addressed or fixed. And it seems like that account has been tweeting a lot lately. For example, this is literally just 4 hours ago. We are aware of an issue earlier today in which XP earned was not counted towards progress in the high art event for a brief period. This has been resolved and players can continue to earn rewards in this event. Now, this wasn't even a big update. This was just an event that they added to the game, and somehow, some way, it had a bug. Look, I praised the game when Verdansk came out because honestly, there was not really a lot of bugs. And I think I know the reason for that. 24 hours prior to Call of Duty coming out with Verdansk, they shut down the servers completely and then re-enabled them when Verdansk launched. Now, what happened in those 24 hours, I do not know, but something worked.
Yes.
Fast forward to now, Season 3.5 came out, and it is insane of all the bugs that are returning. Right now, a big one is if you slide for too long and try to cancel your slide, you jump at the end of your slide, which is indeed a bug. We've seen this so many times before where they fix an issue and somehow, some way, an update later on re-enables that issue. For example, the Lockwood shotgun. It came out in Warzone 2, I believe, and somehow it always comes back and is absolutely broken, and everything that they
I think it's
once
broken
nerfed
right
was
now a
then
little bit.
reverted. Again, don't know how that happens, but it's not just that, it's a bunch of other things as well. So how can they actually fix this? Honestly, in my opinion, it's probably gonna lose them a lot of money, which I know they don't like to do, but why not shut down the servers maybe for 8 hours or the night before and then re-enable them? Because we have seen that that has worked when Verdansk came out. Now, you don't have to shut it down for a whole 24
They don't want to lose their player base. I'm not trying to cut him off, but they don't want to lose their player base for even 8 hours. 8 hours is detrimental to them.
hours. I get that. Verdansk came back and they want to make sure it was perfect. But if a new update's coming out, maybe every half season, at least shut it down for a little bit, make sure that everything's good to go, and then upload it. Maybe it's not as easy as I think, but I'm gonna be honest, right now, it's kind of insane how many bugs are always in the game. What's even crazier is while making this video, I just remembered I literally write down every single bug in the game, or at least try to get every single bug in the game. There is still a bug from season 3 that has been here for a while, and it's no down player icon. What this pretty much means is whenever you shoot somebody somebody, you knock them, you don't get the plus 100 score on the top of your screen.
True.
There's a melee bug. There's a delay in plating to both tempered and normal plates that
think
pretty
that's
much
fixed.
makes you plate one more time than you actually need to. Yes, that's still in the game. There's the revive bug where you cannot actually revive your teammates. There's
That's
your
fixed, I
placement is
believe.
wrong after every single game. And there's even one where you come out of the gulag with fists and rocks only. And as you can see, the list goes on and on and on. Overall, the game is obviously in not the greatest state. And I'm not too sure when they're gonna try to turn things around. We saw that the game was actually good when Verdansk first launched, but then the first update ruined everything. On a more positive note, I guess, Charlie Intel tweeted out, Activision has sent a cease and desist letter to the manufacturer of Cronus hardware in an attempt to stop the company from selling their Cronus Zen hardware in an attempt to further crack down on Call of Duty cheaters. I know Swag is pissed right now. So yes, they are trying, even if it is just a little bit.
They just
Now,
threw
how can
shade
they
a little
actually
bit.
fix this? In my opinion, why don't they just give hardware and IP bans? I know a lot of other games do it. I'm not too sure why this hasn't happened yet, but maybe it's due to the fact that the player count is steadily declining. And they probably don't
It's not just the hardware and IP ban. Like Marvel Rivals, if they find out you're cheating, not only are you banned from playing, you are banned for 100 years. 100 years of playing, which means you'll never play that game ever again. And I think they ban you on hardware. I'm pretty sure. So why is COD not doing the same thing?
want to try to ban every single person because obviously they need their investors to know that the game's getting better, etc.,
But
etc.,
still.
etc. I think we all know this, and I've said this in multiple videos, but I'll say it again. I think we can all agree that the shadow ban system just doesn't work. It
True.
falsely shadow bans a lot of legitimate players, but then somehow, someway, you have golden pants cheating all over ranked. It just doesn't make sense. So what I would do is get rid of that system altogether. Figure out a way to make a true kernel level anti-cheat. The difference between an anti-cheat, let's say like Valorant, as opposed to Call of Duty, is one simple thing. It's Valorant's anti-cheat starts up as soon as your PC starts
Yep.
up. As opposed to Call of Duty, the anti-cheat starts up whenever you open Call of Duty altogether. So I'm pretty sure these hackers have figured out a way to bypass that. How? I don't know, as Diaz before or something. Look, I'm gonna be honest,
Jesus.
I don't really know what is left to do except for that. They've made tweets saying they're gonna fix this hacking issue. They've made tweets saying they've sent cease and desist letters. They've made tweets saying that Ricochet is being updated, but sadly, the outcome is still the same. I genuinely feel like there's no improvement at all when it comes to hackers. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think Call of Duty should do to fix this issue? Because once again, I can't believe I'm saying this. I thought we were past this. Call of Duty will never have positive player sentiment unless the hacking issue is addressed.
It's true, right? Like, how long has it been since hackers have been in this game? Since Verdansk came out, right back in 2020. Like, how many years? It's been 5 years, and before that, you know, it was hacking was not bad. It was there, but now it's even worse because you got people trying to go on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick to say, "Oh, look, I'm good," but then when some people are exposed, I'm not calling anyone out here, right? You face the consequences of it for cheating. And if you see people play, you'll know if they're in a really big bot lobby, in a really good lobby, meaning it's good enough to play in, or it's just full of hackers and you can't escape it. So what do we do? What do we do about the cheating system? Do we forget it altogether? Do we find something better than Ricochet? Do we fire the people who made Ricochet, or forget Call of Duty altogether? I mean, what's our choice at this point?